eating healthy, you know, and then the bitter leaf case about your dad when he gets in the kitchen and then you guys murmur over it. Do you feel good about the situation of insecurity, the partnership with Pakistan and the federal government of Nigeria, you know, to boost food, to boost agriculture? Do you feel this is something that would be put into place in the country to ease this whole hardship situation?
You know, there are headlines that I call it sickling. There are headlines I read that to me are sickling, and this is one of it. This is one of it.
Why did you
I'm sure the High Commissioner to Pakistan is laughing at Nigeria. We are a laughing stock. Of course.
Why were they laughing? They agreed to collaborate to boost agriculture.
Collaborate in what sense? Is it how Pakistan handled? If they had insecurity challenges, did they handle their terrorists with kick glove? What are you talking about? I believe in base superstructure analysis. Anyone who tells you is going to offer foreign scholarship, right, to those who are due to go for foreign scholarship, but is not concerned about primary school, is a deceiver. Because the primary school is the base upon which that superstructure, which is those who will go for foreign scholarship, comes from. So if you are concentrating on that because perhaps you want cut from the foreign scholarship, you want money that will enter into your pocket, and you are killing the primary school, you are not an honest fellow. You can only play that game on those who do not understand how things work. We have come squarely to the position that the problem in Nigeria, which I place squarely on the corridor of the federal government, is insecurity. The insecurity impact directly on food production. We have cases wherein foreign terrorists who gain access into this country are killing our farmers. Even here in Rivers State, most people cannot, this is farming season, most people in Rivers State cannot go to do their farming because of herdsmen. I have challenged the Attorney General. It's so sad and sickling that a particular ethnic group is as if we are running a Yoruba ethnic government. And those who have the capacity to talk are keeping mute. They should not worry, it will come to them.
So you're saying in essence that insecurity should be dealt with. We should handle the first primary problem in the country
first thing
instead
first,
of the secondary.
Yes. First thing first. The government knows that these foreign terrorists have no business on our soil. The most painful aspect of it is that these people are not Nigerians. And what they are here for is the land of the people. Under Buhari, we had an unfortunate minister called Adeshino telling indigenous Nigerians that they have better giving up their ancestral land to foreign terrorists rather than being killed. As unfortunate as that, the same thing to this one I just reflected on, somebody coming out to say that it is better to have 774 thieves than one big thief. Look, we joke big time here. Our so-called, are we sick or they are normal? There are comments I hear people make, and I ask, are we normal or we are offline upstairs? It cannot be otherwise. Something is fundamentally wrong. That is what you have when you have wrong persons in position of leadership. No nation can grow in this way. Did you know that somebody was campaigning in this country saying that we have to move from consumption to production, and somebody had the audacity to question it? Now statistics, we go eat, we go chop. That tells you the mindset. And the same person said whether you voted for him or not, he will be the president. Emilokon, and he has been imposed on us. And those who are behind it, a day in my lifetime, they will pay for it, because we are all in the mess. And this is where we are. So if they are serious, first thing first,
okay,
they should tackle the issue of insecurity. Look, I've said this to you, that Nigeria has one of the most robust security agencies.
Yes, you said that.
If you give the matching order, because we have a perpendicular order in terms of our security network, we don't have state police, it's federal.
Yes.
I will tell you that Omotekun that is in place today is a child of necessity. It has no constitutional backing. Do you understand? It's an illegality. But I tell you, the first rule of life is self-preservation. When life is challenged, let's say you have your certificate in this complex and you got a signal that this house is on fire. If there's a camera that keeps record, you'll be shocked at what you will do. Because your certificate will not matter to you. You will realize that life is the ultimate. That some people will say, and I agree with them, that if you want to know the value of life, visit the hospital. If you want to know the value of freedom, visit the prison yard. Do you understand it?
Yes.
If you want to know the value of life, visit the mortuary. You know how precious life is. So this is where we are. If the government is serious, we should forget about this statement now. Is equivalent to the president taking out the jet with his wife and the children to say he's going to look for foreign investors. The world has grown to the point that foreign investor coming into your country is like shark and blood in the ocean. Shark has this sensitive ability to pick signal of blood. That is how foreign investors knows enabling environment globally, wherein they can move in and invest and take advantage of it. So when the government is serious about the issue of food production, first thing first, and I say people should follow the pattern of Omotekun, because there is an extant, I challenge the Attorney General of this country, there is an extant court judgment that ban open grazing in this country. He cannot pretend that he's not aware. And people are being killed in their droves every day. Life don't matter. Cattle now is what is far more important and more valuable than the human life. I reject it, and I say to the federal government, if you are, the day you are serious about the issue of food security, tackle insecurity first and eliminate all these foreigners, chase them out of this land, declare state of emergency, chase all the foreign terrorists out of this country, then there will be land. You will talk to me then that you are going to partner with government that will bring in equipment and will train our people to embark on mass food production. Then I'll agree with you.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you. You said in essence that you agree with the food security and to the ability with the federal government and Pakistan to boost agriculture, but the first thing has to be done. First thing first is insecurity, because if there is no security, you cannot farm. Farmers cannot farm in their farms. They cannot there will be no even investors cannot visit. That's your fault.
That's true.
Thank you very much. The Central Bank of Nigeria ordered deposit money banks to guard against artificial cash scarcity in the country. Findings revealed that the trend still persists in some parts of the country. In a circular dated on November 29, jointly signed by acting directors Solaji Olayemi, Currency Operations, and Isa Olatinwo Aisha of the branch operators, the CBN outlined measures aimed at improving cash availability. According to the circular, the CBN directed banks to ensure efficient cash disbursement through both automated teller machines and over-the-counter channels, warning of penalties for non-compliance. The Apex Bank also urged customers experiencing challenges to report incidents with details such as account name, bank name, transaction amount, and dates. Dedicated phone numbers and email addresses were released for Nigerians to report difficulties accessing cash. CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso on Friday 29th November said, "We are aware of the persistent cash availability challenges at ATMs, which disproportionately impact ordinary Nigerians. To tackle this, we are conducting spot checks across deposit money banks and will impose penalties on institutions failing to meet expectations. Financial institutions engaging in malpractice or acts of sabotage will face severe consequences," he said. However, as of Friday 6 December, Nigerians in some major cities said that they still experience significant difficulty obtaining sufficient cash over the counter and at the ATMs in some commercial banks. I asked this question to one of my guests on Sunday. When was the last time you used the ATM machine to make withdrawals? When was the last time? Can you remember?
That's the exact question I wanted to ask you.
Okay. And have you been to the bank to get over the counter to get money over the counter, or you've been regularly using the POS?
See.
So I wanted to.
I say this and I mean it. We joke too much here.
Okay.
We are a joke, locally and internationally. We are a huge joke. Cardoso knows that he is not sincere about what he's saying. And let me say this to you. It's like a father who is living in promiscuous life. Even if it is hidden to the children, there's an authority that he lacks over the family. Moral authority. There are things he can't speak about. In fact, if he wants to speak about them, he will see what will happen to him. He may not be able to explain. That is how people struggle when they are not. It's like somebody is like telling you bail is free. Do you understand? It's like telling you bail is free. Or that police don't extort those of our brothers and sisters on the road that I prefer to call them government approved armed robbers. Yeah, there are some of them who are migrated to that level. And the thing has eaten deep into them. And they know that that is not the way forward. They can't train their children with those stolen money. They know it. In fact, I don't know what the ATM is just for fancy. How many ATM machines is dispensing cash? In fact, long ago, when I saw some that dispense cash, these what do you call them? POS operators. They are even ready. They have their collaborators. They will even pay you some money if you are able to bring some money. They will pay you some money. You use your own card to withdraw so volume of money.
Oh, so they can sell.
They have a chain. It's a cartel. They go to the bank and get the money.
And see,
not the individual.
And some people were actually complaining about these numbers that the CBN open up for. Nigerians are finding it difficult to get cash over the counter or the ATM, that they should call those numbers. But they said that most of the Nigerians said that those numbers are not active. They call the numbers and nobody connects or pick to communicate with them so they can make their complaints. So it's a back and forth situation. You know, I don't know, this threat coming from the CBN governor, is it actually something that they will put in place and make sure that this banks dispense their ATM dispense cash for Nigerians, or they will allow this problem to continue for as long as they want it to be?
I was privileged to be in a bank. I won't mention the name of the bank, wherein I saw a customer ventilating his anger and frustration. You go to the bank, they say that is the instruction from above. There is a minimum limit of money you can get. Go to POS, you can get as much as possible. What was that? Saturday night, I got to a POS point in the market, and the lady was there. They have their agents, able-bodied young men. They watch from a safe distance, like Falcon, targeting its prey. And then, when you come and you ask, do you have so amount of money? I was right there. I just requested for 10,000 naira. And see what is going on, where the banks are benefiting. You know, when you go to the market and you buy, or let's say you take money from a POS, you are paying the bank indirectly as you are doing that transaction. Apart from this one, 10,000 naira, 300 naira. Do you know what that is? Even the banks feel that they are not making any good money if the Nigerian can pay 300 under what I may prefer to call financial gunpoint. Because nobody in his right senses will want to part with 300 naira for just 10,000 naira. And how many times can you repeat that process? They will tell you some thousands if you want to get a certain amount of money. And you look at it. Wait a minute, are we joking here? Do we have a government? I don't think we have a government here. This is when I tell people that this is a jungle. I tell people who get angry with a person like Mazin Nandikon for calling Nigeria zoo. I saw one senior advocate or so with a kind of a funny beard that remind me of our late he-goat in the village, shouting that Nigeria Zoo. And I said I sympathize with that individual, because if he understands and know what a zoo represents, zoo is an orderly environment where animals are kept. There is order in the zoo. This is a jungle that we are doing here. This is a jungle where you can't predict what is going to happen to you. You leave your house, you're not sure of nothing. Where you are supposed to get help, you look for help, you can call police that look, so something is going on. There are people living in this town that they have been visited by robbers from time to time. They are living at the mercy of God.
And nothing has been done about it.
Nothing. Is it not a joke that somebody wants to iron and he prays with the children that let us pray that there will be light, so I will iron your clothes, so I will take that is madness. That's why when people leave this country, they throw the religion into a dustbin, because they come into stark reality with what government is all about, and the government responsibility to the citizens. They know that place, because you are a human being, you are human just by the fact that you are a human being. There are things that cannot happen to you. I know of recently my mentor, Dr. Charles Apoki. He said people can travel 24 hours and you will not have any sense of insecurity. Do you understand?
Yes.
From state to state, from city to city. The system is organized security-wise. Not here that you have government approved bandits on the road under the guise of security agents. I'm so sorry. I feel so sorry to say that, because there are words I'm not supposed to use. But this is the sad reality on the ground.
Thank you very much, Barrister. If I let you, we will go away from
it's
here.
It's so unfortunate.
We have to wrap it up here. This is where we wrap it up on this episode of Blow Out. Thank you so much, Barrister, for always gracing this show with your amazing presence and your thoughtful analysis. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, Nigerians, I wish all of us well, but we've got to think up and possibly rise up.
Yes, we will. We will. We hope it gets better than this. Although we are open for adverts, placements, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials on Facebook and YouTube, on our Atn Television Network on Instagram and TikTok, on Atn TV Network on Twitter, on Atn TV Net, which is live on our website at www.net.org.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Open Conversation comes up shortly. Don't go away. Thank you for watching and thank you for staying with us. I am Chidima Wadike. Have an amazing day.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are puppet to the needs of this minister and the
Give us access to our money.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are puppet to the needs of this minister and the
Give us access to our money.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are puppet to the needs of this minister and the
Give us access to our money.
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are